Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. He was decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
For DJ Moore.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Bridgewater. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards in a Panther 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Bridgewater throwing complete here to Moore.
Bridgewater's pass.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Bridgewater. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, 31 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Boy, a little panic here early. A 1st quarter onside kick. Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. The 1st quarter onside kick recovered. We like these, though. They keep us on our toes up here in the booth.
No doubt about that. You know that file that we tend to keep that says traditional, conventional? Those get torn up in a big way on that one, didn't they?
Absolutely. But, hey, it works. The throw right side is complete here on the 1st play of the drive. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
At the Steelers' 39-yard line.
Throwing is Bridgewater. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and
taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 28 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Samuels, the ball carrier. Derek Brown on the stop.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go.
Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety.
Return team.
This is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And hitting Juju on the slant. And now look at him go. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line.
Pushing the foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Come on, baby. We got to do our job. We got to do our job, man.
So they'll walk him back half the distance.
Automatic 1st down.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for only a couple.
Smith-Schuster.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Connor. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald and able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
James Conner.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight, and this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and...
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Taken down at the 19.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd and 6.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Oh, Connor loses it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
At the 48-yard line.
They gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and get the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So they go with the pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people. Find some other plays. Makers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think of...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Their own 34-yard line.
Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And got his man complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
20. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
He's brought down at the 20.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And less than a yard.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. It's a foot race. 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
19.
Juju Smith-Schuster, 89 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
On for the point after.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a throw right side. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, 40 yards. And if the Steelers can convert the extra point, they will have the lead.
His kick is...
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Alex Armah.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, sometimes, Brand, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
15 more yards.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
No!
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he's got room. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They need a touchdown, but also have to be wary of leaving too much time for Roethlisberger. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At the 9-yard line.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with McCaffrey. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Passer defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard.
So Big Ben and the Steelers now down by 7, 56 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Here's Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
And the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels, but it'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, you claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the lady go miss? How she was made, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light, yeah, love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just to flex.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, Greg Joseph set to kick off. This is the National Football League.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And to me, he's one of the two most difficult guys in the league to game plan for in the NFL, and I add Patrick Mahomes in that category. But just about every team we talk to getting ready for Lamar Jackson says the exact same thing. We've got to slow him down running the football, yet no one's been able to really do it consistently. Now, the most impressive thing about his game to me, how he's developed as both a passer and a leader. His team believes in him.
He uncorks it for Snead. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL. But I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. From the 39, Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run. It's Mark Ingram. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Ball carrier.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. This is Ingram. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers point their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 38 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Henry. These two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Derrick Henry.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The 43-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
32-yard line.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Holding offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
10 at the 21-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
after 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Ravens 7, Titans 0.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Greg Joseph.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Greg Joseph set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Derek Wolfe there on the stop. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
By the Ravens.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
It's 2nd down. And
so line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, 61 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 31-yard line.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a 1st down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. 2nd down coming up.
The tackle made.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still second down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. Now it's Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Firkser. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, Tannehill. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10, just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Derrick Henry. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or 2 short. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They'll run. It's Henry. And shedding the tackle, and that's and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does...
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22.
Jonathan Joseph. Let's go. Jackson's pass intercepted. The Titans.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt.
No good. The score.
So we've hit halftime all even. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Ravens have got it.
Patrick Queen.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Raven ball game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. There's the correct call.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have broken the tie. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tannehill. Now they can't bring him down. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 more yards.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
28-yard line.
On first down, it's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Brings up second.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Greg Joseph.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21.
Greg Joseph set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Onside kick is recovered.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 49.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Steps away. And he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
2nd and 6.
Now it's Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are going to take the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Returning it, Justice Hill.
Justice Hill on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Ravens ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards. It's on first down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and a yard, Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And again, it's Ingram. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Throwing now is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So now Tannehill and the Titans down 28-27. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. Fighting through, and he's got space. He's at the 40. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Henry.
Number 22.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
At the 19-yard line.
They'll run it again with Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Derrick Henry.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. Second and 10. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
He was covered.
Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they'd converted their first 2 fourth-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Titans' 47-yard line.